many parents consider themselves lucky to live near such a world-renowned children's hospital. And now the newly expanded AI DuPont Children's Hospital could soon be at the forefront when it comes to genetic testing, with help from a little girl and her family. At the tender age of 3, little Piper Lee has been through more than most grown-ups. Not that you'd know it from the looks of this pint-sized cutie.
We went into her room one morning and her face was puffy.
This was 2 years ago, Dad Chris says.
Initially, we didn't think much about it. She was just about a year old. And we thought it was something like allergies or something minor. You know, kids get sick constantly.
But Chris and Mom Erin called the pediatrician, who later sent them to AI DuPont Children's Hospital.
She spent a lot of hours in the hospital that first day.
Which is a lot for a then 1-year-old with a twin, their 3-year-old older sister, and Mom and Dad.
They were running tests on her. And basically the end result was, we think she has a kidney problem. We don't know what it is.
Doctors pushed the Lees towards genetic testing to figure out what was wrong with Piper, and time was of the essence. Thing is, because genetic testing is pretty new, labs aren't on every corner.
Early that summer, we took some of her blood samples and we sent them to England, to Bristol, United Kingdom, to a lab there. It's one of the only labs in the world that can do these tests.
A month later, Piper was diagnosed with Denys-Drash Syndrome, a rare kidney disease that leads to kidney cancer by the age of 3 and kidney failure. A tumor could start to develop at 18 months. At the time, Piper was 16 months old.
For me, it was an answer, and it was a good thing because now we not only had a roadmap for treatment, also it told us that her disease would not attack a new kidney.
So Piper's kidneys were removed in October 2014. That December, Chris gave his daughter one of his.
As long as we can keep her in a good, healthy state, this kidney should last for a really, really long time.
I truly believe that genetic testing saved Piper's life.
And Piper is doing better than anyone imagined.
You see her running around every day, climbing on things, and probably doing more than her doctors would like her to do from that standpoint. But she's just a normal little girl, and it's awesome. It's so good to see.
But the story doesn't end there.
One of the things that always bothered us through this process was the fact that it was so difficult for us to get the genetic testing done that we had to send her blood to England.
So Chris and Erin started Piper's Kidney Beans Foundation to raise money for a new genetic testing lab right here at AI, and to help offset costs because the test is expensive.
We don't feel that a family should be put into a situation where a doctor comes to them and says, well, we'd like to run this test on your daughter, but it's not going to be covered by your insurance. We're not sure how much it's going to cost, and put someone in that kind of position. We want doctors to be able to just order the test knowing it's the best thing to do for the patient and not have to think twice about it.
Erin is partnering with AI's Dr. J.J. Zaritsky, Chief of Pediatric Nephrology. Simply put, he's their kidney guy. I interviewed Dr. Zaritsky using Skype because he was out of town.
Here, patients are able to get state-of-the-art treatment in their backyard. They don't have to go to some hospital up the road or go across the country to get this testing. It's available right there. In fact, our goal is to have Nemours, AI DuPont, as the center for testing, clinical testing for nephrotic syndrome for the country.
He's creating a test that basically is going to mimic the test that Piper had done in Bristol, but then he's also adding more genes to that. So it's going to be even a broader spectrum to be able to capture all kinds of kidney disease in kids, and it's just going to be huge. So it's really exciting.
Dr. Zaritsky says late summer, early fall is when the lab should be up and running. Now, Erin Lee works for a different genetics testing lab whose CEO, she says, is offering his scientists to help AI interpret the results when its lab is set up and to help troubleshoot. Now, if you'd like to help, Piper's Kidney Beans Foundation is hosting its inaugural Beanafit on Thursday night, May 12th at Harry Savoy in Wilmington. Money raised will go towards AI's new genetic testing lab and help subsidize the cost of genetic testing for families who can't afford it. Or you can donate online at piperskidneybeans.org.